If you want to push your car to its limits in a safe, controlled environment, I'd say autocross is one of the best ways to do it. If you plan to improve your driving skills while having a blast, while understanding the dynamics behind driving fast, I'd say autocross is one of the best way to do it. I had my first event recently, and I'd say as a beginner, it was quite daunting because I didn't know what to do, what the cones mean. So this video is kind of a way to help you navigate your first event. Unfortunately, I don't have any footage. I had a lot of fun in the 11 Gen Civic SI. I just grabbed this video off the YouTube here from Mr. Cardo's Daily. So credits to him for the footage. Yeah, so the purpose of the video is just to help you navigate and just basically understand what you should expect when going to your first event in your Civic or any other car. So definitely your first step would be to look around and find the events. I'd say Motorsport Reg is one of the best websites to find events around you. This is what I use. It's with Haggerty, so it's one of the bigger companies. So I'd say it's pretty trustworthy, usually with all the events that's posted here. You can see me here using their calendar, find events section. And then you could sort by event type, depending on what you want. If you don't want to autocross, if you don't want to track, you could sort by your desire. I also saw boat racing, so if you're trying to take your Hemi racing, you could use that. You can sort by location, by the distance you're willing to drive, and just find the events that you want to find. So there's going to be a couple things that you're going to need. I'm going to use this event here that I found that's going to happen soon as a guidance. This is the same series that I went to for one of their autocross track cross event. It was so fun. Organizers were quite organized, but back to whatever you need for autocrossing. For example, the first thing that you're going to need is your vehicle, obviously, but with the condition that it is well maintained and your brakes have been recently serviced, as it says here, because what they're gonna do is do a technical inspection. So once you get there, the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna pop your hood, and they're gonna look for loose articles or loose anything that's loose in your vehicle and as well as under the hood. So checking the night before might be a good idea, and as well as checking your tires. The tires, as you may know, is the contact between your vehicle and basically the track or the course. So check your tires, make sure there are no cracks on the sidewall, make sure there's enough tread, make sure it's in a good tire compound for the weather that you're driving in. And there's going to be other technical inspection that will be done as well. They'll look at your brake pads, any fluids, if your battery is secure, your hood is secure, and some events might have a sound limit too. So if you got your thing straight piped, they might not like that, but I feel like it is mostly unlikely that they're gonna detect that. So up to you if you want to bring your straight pipe Civic. But other than that, the thing that you also definitely going to need, it depends on the event obviously, but it is a SNELL SA 2015 or a SNELL motorcycle helmet when on track. These type of helmets helps you protect your head basically while driving, and this is going to be a must for this event specifically. I believe they do rentals as well, but it depends on the event. So this is what I previously bought. I bought it at a good deal, but you're going to be looking to spend around $250 to $300 for a entry-level SNELL SA 2020 rated helmet, and it needs to be this rated here because this qualifies as the safety rating for the track. You could check the SNELL SA website. So if you search up SNELL SA 2020, you could see the SNELL Foundation here, and this is the foundation that basically just test out helmets to see if pass the certification or not. So SNELL certificate SA 2020. So these are helmets made in 2020 and above, I believe. It is going to be valid for 10 years. So if you buy a 2020 helmet, it's going to be valid until 2023. There are going to be SA 2015 helmets they are in increments of 5. So 2015, they're gonna be expiring at the end of this year, I believe. So 2025 is that's when it's gonna be valid until. So I might be wrong there, but don't take my word for it. It might be valid for 5 or 10, but as I recall, it is valid for 10. But for the purpose of this website, if you want to buy a helmet off Facebook Marketplace and you want to actually check if it's valid or not, let's say you could just check it from this list. So for example, this ILM SNELL helmet here is going to be valid, and it is going to be valid until 2023. So it is probably best at this time to buy SA 2020 helmet and above going forward, because you don't want it expiring and then not being able to drive. But one important thing I would like to note, if the website loads, you're gonna have to check the size. When you first get it, it's gonna feel really tight, but as long as you measure your head with a measurement tape and it falls into a size chart of the size, let's say, it's gonna be tight, which is correct. It's gonna have to get worn out a little bit, so don't stress, don't return it. Just get it used to your head for a little bit. But again, for the purpose of this website, you're going to use it to confirm if your helmet is valid or not. One thing you're also gonna need is a tire pressure gauge and pump. Whatever you get, it is important just to have it, just because when you are on track, the tire is going to get heated up, and that means it's gonna expand the air that is inside. So if you go run after run and you don't check it, there's gonna be a high chance of having a tire blowout. Basically a requirement to have this. The website that I showed you previously doesn't have that requirement, I believe. This is what I had to learn when I was there, and everybody was doing it, and I was the only one to not check it. So I got really lucky not checking my tires pressure, but this is a must, so get it. All right, so once you've arrived at your location, have your hood open, and the organizer's gonna go check your vehicle for the inspection. So as you've seen here, no one has their hood open, just because this is basically after the inspection. So if they notice anything during that phase, they're gonna let you know, and you're gonna have to either fix it or they basically won't let you drive, basically for safety reasons. But if you do pass your initial tech inspection, I believe you are going to do a course walk or a course drive. So you can see me here, they give this out for you so that you could get familiar with the course. This is only the parking lot, but if I pull it up here, this is what basically you were seeing. And what it is just basically a map of the track. They will either have you walk it, or in this case, since it was a little bit bigger, we basically did a cruise around wherever the red line is. So after that, basically you will either spectate because you're not driving, or you'll be volunteering, or number 3, you'll be driving, which is the fun stuff here. So you could see some vehicles driving by, and that is at the end of the track. So that guy's just testing it out, and I'm just gonna pop this picture again just to show you. If you see, there's numbers on the locations on the track. So what those basically mean are, it's different stations that looks at the cones. So you can see here, this guy knocked the cone over, and it's going to affect your time. So you're going to be volunteering here and there to manage those cones, to put it back in place, because the track is going to be consistently going. There's going to be cars going after, and someone has to manage it. So once you're not driving, you are watching the cones. So the idea of just watching the cones while there are cars moving might be daunting, but don't worry, there's usually a station leader to basically overwatch whatever you're doing and suggest what's the best way to do it, because there's going to be cars going back and forth, and sometimes it might be better off to have them do a rerun so you don't touch the cones, because it's not as unsafe. So do not worry if you don't know what to do. It is always best to ask the questions to the people around you because they are more experienced. So don't worry. It was quite daunting to me originally, but as I go through more runs, as the adrenaline kicks in, and the more people I communicate, I felt a lot more comfortable being around the space and just basically having fun. And that's basically the point of these events, is to have fun and test your ability to drive basically. So I do recommend checking for events around you instead of driving fast and hard on the street. Just take it to the track so that you know you're in a more safer environment when there's people around you to help you. But yeah. But now in terms of the drivability, the handling of the Civic Si, the 11th gen specifically, and as well as the Cone, briefly about the driving dynamics, I've said it feels amazing. The LSD at the front communicates to you with really well. I've never driven any other generations before, so I don't really know how to compare it against the others. Not a lot of people compliment the 11th gen, but I think the only reason why just yet is because it is a pretty new, the 11th gen, but to me at least, it felt amazing. It felt very well balanced. It might be the same to you as well if you drive an 11th gen SI. But if you have driven other generations, please let us know how it feels compared to other generations down in the comments. I know 11th gen is not loved just yet. A lot of people love the other generations, but we'll leave it to the comment and what they say. But briefly on the cones again, we're gonna talk about what the cones mean. You can see here there are a lot of different cones, but the main one you're gonna see here is the left one that he's just passed, one standing up and one laying down. And that laying down one is pointing towards the direction you would like to go to. So same as these two, same as the right one here. You can see all those cones on the right there pointing towards the left. So we're gonna play this video again here just to basically explain it a little bit more detailedly on where he is going based on the cones. Obviously the map would help you, but the cone will help you to make the decisions on the direction you should go towards. So you can see the cones there pointing to the left, right. That's why he was swerving there. And for these ones, they are just standing, but they are guiding you towards one direction. That's why there are both cones on both sides. And then usually whenever there is a cone laying down, that's the direction you want to go towards. That's basically the basic rule here of driving and autocrossing. One tip I would like to give everybody though is if you have access to a sim racing wheel, try one of the tracks that have autocross cones. Well, that's what I basically did before going to the actual track that day. And it helped me definitely a lot. So I basically downloaded the car that's the most similar to my car, so front wheel drive to front wheel drive, and basically understand and try to understand the track without looking at the map based on the cones and the direction of the cones that's going towards. So that's one tip that I have for you, and it definitely helped me so much. But that's basically it for this video. If you guys have any questions or notice I've said anything that's wrong, let me know down at the comments so that other people could know. And yes, so please take it to the track. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.